Hi, and welcome to this Stretch and Flow Vinyasa class today. I'm Casey, and I'll be leading you. We'll be working into our hips and our hamstrings, so I hope it feels good. If you like to use blocks or books to help bring the ground closer in certain poses, grab those now, and then we'll get started at the top of our mat, so I'll meet you there. So you can stand either with your feet hips width distance apart here, or you can bring your feet together, heels and toes touching. If you have any lower back issues, I would definitely have them hips width distance, or maybe even a little wider. And then just bring your hands to heart center here, and start to connect with the ground beneath you. Maybe rolling onto one foot and then the other, just finding your balance. Finding the four corners of your feet as they connect with the mat. And then just start to focus inward, connecting with your breath. So take a deep breath in through your nose, and then just sigh it out through your mouth. One more like that. Inhale, and let it go. We'll be connecting our breath to our movement today. So take a deep breath in through your nose as you reach your hands high overhead, gaze goes up. And then on your exhale, fold forward. And just find ragdoll pose here. So you can bend your knees a lot. You can have your hands either on the mat here, or you can grab opposite elbows. Let your head and your neck be heavy. And then you can walk your hands from side to side or just sway left to right. Maybe nod your head, shake your head. And then come back up to a halfway lift. Inhale. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise slowly up to standing. Hands go overhead and gaze goes towards your thumbs. And then on your exhale, cactus your arms and open your heart. Inhale, hands go high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Fold. Rise as you inhale. Cactus. Exhale. Inhale and fold. Do one more round like that. So inhale, halfway lift, hands come to shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, gaze goes up, cactus. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to a high plank. In high plank, you're going to be on the balls of your feet. Press down through your hands a lot, shoulders over wrists, and then puff up the space between your shoulders. Always an option to drop to your knees here. Take a deep breath in, and then on your exhale, lower all the way to the mat. Setting up for cobra pose here. Zip up your cobra tail, so bring your toes and heels close together. And then press through the tops of your feet, so much so that your knees lift or almost lift off of the mat. And then plant your palms next to your ribs and squeeze your elbows into your side body. Bring your chin to the center of the mat. And then as you inhale, lift your chest. Press through the tops of your feet. And exhale, release. One more like this. Inhale, lift your chest. For a challenge, hover your hands. Exhale, release. This time, bring your hands outside of your mat and come to your fingertips. Press down through the tops of your feet, and then inhale, lift for King Cobra. And exhale, release. Press your hands into the mat and then lift back up, high plank. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, find downward facing dog pushing your hips high, pressing down a lot through your hands, so much so that the eyes of your elbows spin forward. And then you're working your heels towards the mat. There might be a lot of room between your heels and the mat, and that's okay. For a moment, just pedal out your feet. Take anything else that might feel good here for you. And then bend your knees a lot and really push your hips higher. And then re-extend our legs straight. Take 2 breaths here. And maybe on your exhale, you open your mouth and sigh it out. Your next inhale, lift your heels, look forward, and take teeny tiny baby steps to your hands. Meeting in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose this time. So you can have your feet hips distance or together here. And then sink your hips low and lift your hands high. Engage your core here, and then tuck your tailbone to protect your lower back. Biceps are either by your ears, or maybe you want to take the cactus arm variation today. And then one more breath, take a deep breath in, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. And this time, bring your left knee into your chest for one-leg Tadasana. From here, we're going to move into funky chair. So you're going to bring your left ankle over your right thigh. You bring your hands to heart center. You keep your chest lifted, and then just sink your hips low here. Try to keep your left foot flexed. This will help protect your knee. And then if you want to take this further, you can sink a little lower. Maybe bring your hands to the mat for a forward fold. If you're in the forward fold, just let your head be heavy. Maybe you grab blocks here if the earth needs to be just a little closer. One more breath. And slowly start to rise back up one-leg Tadasana. From here, we're going to move into modified dancing Shiva. So bring your left hand to your left hip, and your right hand to your left knee. Stay here, or you can start to open your left arm out behind you. To play around with the full expression of this pose, you can grab the outside edge of your left foot with your right hand, so moving your hand from your knee to the outside of your foot, and then start to straighten through that leg. Really twisting through your upper back. And then for an even harder challenge, you can let go of your foot and try to keep your foot raised. Great job. Wherever you are, we'll all meet back in one-leg Tadasana. Just bring your foot back down to the mat. Hands come to heart center. Take one deep breath in here. And sigh it out. And then inhale back into chair pose, sinking your hips low. This time we'll go for a twist. So we'll do an open twist to the right. So left hand comes forward, right arm goes back. Try to keep your hips pointing forward. Then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, open to the left. So right arm comes forward, left arm goes back. Keeping your hips squared to the front and really twisting through that upper back. Inhale back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Step your left foot back into a low runner's lunge. So you're bending into your right knee here. Your hands are framing your right foot, and then you're coming to the ball of your left foot. As you inhale, spin your back heel down, and warrior one, rise. In warrior one, You want your hips to be square towards the front of the room. So if you need to widen your stance here, you can do that. Just heel toe your right foot a little more to the right edge side of your mat. And then bring your hands to your hips and just pull your right hip back in space. Press down a lot through the knife edge side of that left foot, and then re-extend your arms and sink low into that front knee. Engage your core, and then take a slight back bend here. Just reaching your hands back only a little bit. You don't have to go far to really feel this. And then bring your hands to your lower back. You can either interlace your fingers, or maybe just grab opposite wrists, or maybe opposite elbows, whatever feels good for you. If you have the interlace, start to straighten your arms, and then we'll all fold forward here for Humble Warrior, bringing our torso inside of our right thigh. And then come back to your breath. Notice if you've stopped breathing, maybe count your inhales and exhales and make them nice and long, sending your exhale to whatever part of your body here might need it most. Maybe that's your hip. Deep breath in, rise back up, Warrior 1. And then open, Warrior 2. So we're opening up to the left here, bending into our right knee, and straightening through our left leg. Your feet should have heel to arch alignment here, so the arch of your left foot should line up with the heel of your right foot. And you want your right knee over your right ankle, and the goal is to work that right thigh to be parallel with the mat one day. And then arms are out like a T. Maybe lift that back arm a little higher to be in line with that front arm. For a moment, just shrug your shoulders up towards your ears, and then relax them down your back, noticing the difference. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, sink a little lower. Inhale, rise, star pose. Toes go out, heels come in. And bring your hands to your heart and just squat into goddess pose here. So we'll just take maybe a nice arm circle here. Inhale, arms go high. Exhale, hands back to your heart. One more like that, or you can just stay where you are. Inhale, arms go high, and exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, back to star pose. And then exhale, find Warrior 2 towards the back of your mat this time. So bending into that left knee, straightening through that right leg, pushing down through the knife edge side of that right foot. Inhale, reverse. Left arm comes high. Right arm can slide down your left leg. And then find side angle pose. So bringing your left forearm to your left thigh. Right arm goes high overhead, or you can bring your bicep by your ear here. And just breathe. Maybe open more through your chest, using your top arm as leverage. Maybe you take a half bind, bringing your right hand to the crease at the top of your left thigh, between your hip and your thigh. Really open through that shoulder. One more round of breath here. Stay for your exhale. And then inhale, reverse. And cartwheel your hands down to frame your left foot, dropping your right knee to the mat, finding Anjaneyasana. Hands go high. You can have your toes tucked or untucked here, whatever helps you feel more stable. And then we'll go for a twist, an open twist here. So take a deep breath in, and then open up to the left. Right arm goes forward, left arm goes back. And come back to center. Bring your hands to the mat. Shift your hips back and straighten through your left leg for half splits. Keep your left foot flexed here. And on your inhales, lengthen through your spine, and on your exhales, just fold a little deeper over that front leg. You should really feel this through the back of your leg and your hamstring. Try to keep your hips squared towards the front and let your head and neck just relax and be heavy here. Come back to Anjaneyasana, hands go high. And then plant your hands by your foot and step your right foot to meet your left, meeting in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Rise, chair pose. Sink low. And then fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, Tadasana, hands go high overhead. And exhale, bring your hands to heart. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And sigh it out through your mouth. And then bring your right knee into your chest for one leg Tadasana. From here, we'll move into funky chair. So bring your right ankle over your left thigh and sink your hips low. Remember to keep that right foot flexed. If you took this further on the other side and went into the forward fold, do that now. Maybe notice what feels differently on this side, how this pose is different for you this time. All of our bodies are not symmetrical, so sometimes you'll feel sensation on one side that you don't feel on the other. Take one more deep breath in and stay for your exhale, and then rise. One leg Tadasana, inhale. Moving into modified dancing Shiva, bring your right hand to your right hip and your left hand to your right knee. Stay here, practicing your balance. Finding a drishti, which is one point that's not moving to focus on. Or take this further, reaching your right arm long behind you. Maybe you take the full expression of dancing Shiva here, grabbing the outside edge of your right foot with your left hand, and then straightening through that leg. Really pushing that hand into the foot and the foot back into the hand. You took the challenge on the other side by letting go of your foot. Try it here now. And then everyone meet back, one leg Tadasana. Plant your foot back on the mat, Tadasana pose. One round of breath. And sigh it out. Inhale, hands go high overhead. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And fold. Chair pose one more time. Sink your hips low. We'll take those open twists one more time. So this time to the left first. So right hand goes forward and left hand goes back. Inhale back to center. Exhale, open to the right. Inhale back to center. And fold. Halfway lift. And fold. Step your right foot back, finding a low lunge. So landing on the ball of that right foot and bending into that left knee. Hamstring your left foot. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Spin your back heel down. Warrior one as you rise on an inhale. Remember, you can widen your stance here if you need to. This can help with stability and balance. And then right away, square your hips. So maybe bring your hands to your hips and physically push that right hip forward and pull that left hip back. Re-extend your hands high overhead. Warrior one. Bring your hands to your lower back and interlace. Maybe taking the opposite interlace this time, bringing your other thumb on top. Or take another variation with your arms. And then on an inhale, take a baby back bend, straightening into your arms. And fold forward, humble warrior. bringing your torso inside of your thigh, maybe starting to work your hands off of your back. Maybe micro bend your elbows and really focus on squeezing your shoulder blades together here. And then come back to your breath, nice and long, inhales and exhales. Inhale, rise back up, warrior one. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Bending into that left knee. We've been in warrior two on this side before, so maybe you sink a little deeper this time. Making sure your feet have the proper alignment. You're lifting both arms, but relax your shoulders down your back, maybe squeeze them together. And then inhale, find star pose. So toes go out, heels go in. And then one breath, in goddess. So sink your hips low into a squat. And then come back, star pose. This time, point your toes in and bring your heels out. Bring your hands to your hips and fold forward for a wide-legged forward fold. You can keep your hands under your shoulders here, letting your head and neck be heavy, or you can start to walk your hands further back and start to roll onto the balls of your feet here, bringing your hips more in line with your ankles. Active recovery here. Just come back to your breath. Maybe close your eyes. And then start to walk your hands back under your shoulders if they're not there. Inhale to a flat back. And then bring your hands to your hips and gently, slowly rise back, star pose. Find warrior two as you open up to the front of the mat. Sink low into that right knee. Press down through the pinky edge side of that left foot, making that back leg long and strong. We've been in this warrior two before as well. So try to find a stronger, deeper expression of this pose this time. We just have one more breath here. So take a deep breath in, sink a little lower as we stay for the exhale. And then reverse your warrior, deep breath in. Find side angle pose. Right forearm to right thigh, left arm comes high overhead, or you can bring your bicep by your ear. Maybe take it further to the half bind if you tried that on the other side. Gaze can be up or down or anywhere in between that feels good on your neck. We're here for 2 more rounds of breath, so send your breath to wherever your body needs it. And be proud of your strong body. On your next inhale, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, spin your hands down to frame your right foot. Low lunge. Drop your left knee to the mat. Lift your hands high on Vinyasa. You can keep your back toes tucked or untuck them. Square your hips to the front and sink low. Bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, and just shine your heart. And inhale your arms high overhead. We'll go for an open twist here. So left arm forward, right arm back. Come back to center. And then bring your hands to the mat, shift your hips back for half splits. If you use blocks on the other sides, under your hands, do that here now. Keep your front foot flexed and just fold over that front leg, feeling this nice juicy stretch in your hamstrings. Come back, finding a low lunge. Step your left foot to meet your right, meeting in a forward fold. And Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Hands go high overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a deep breath in and sigh it out. Inhale, hands go high overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. And then plant your hands, step back to a high plank. Lower all the way to the mat and move through Cobra Pose again. Or maybe this time for a challenge, lower halfway to Chaturanga. And then push your heart through upward facing dog, pressing through your hands and the tops of your feet, lifting everything else up off the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, and then step or jump through to a seated position. Bring the soles of your feet together here for Baddha Konasana A. Sit up tall, and then just fold forward, hinging at your hips. You might not come too far down here in this pose, but you're still getting the same benefit, so don't overdo it, and just stop when your body tells you to. Back up and just bring your legs out in front of you for a seated forward fold. Remove the flesh from your sits bones. Inhale your hands high overhead, and then with bent knees, hinge forward, reaching for your feet or your ankles or your shins here. On every inhale, just lengthen your spine, and then on every exhale, fold a little deeper. As we slow down, this is when thoughts start to come flooding back into our minds. But try to stay present here now, letting these thoughts bounce off of you like they were balloons. Try and enjoy class as we slow it down into a few restorative poses before our final resting pose, Shavasana. Come back up, and then lower yourself all the way onto the mat. Coming down to your back. Bring your heels in close to your sits bones here. Reach down and see if your fingertips can touch your heels. If they can, you're in a great position. And then press your feet into the mat a lot, and on an inhale, lift your hips up for bridge pose. Hands can stay long down by your sides, or you can interlace your fingers under your back and snuggle your shoulders underneath. Wherever you are, engage a lot through your feet, and isometrically, without moving them, pull them towards your shoulders to engage through your legs. Exhale, release down to the mat. Maybe windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Releasing your lower back here. And we'll move into figure 4 on our backs. So bring your right ankle over your left knee. And then with your hands, grab the back of your left thigh or the front of your left shin and just pull that leg towards you, keeping your right foot flexed. Try to keep your shoulders on the mat, your neck and head relaxed here. Take one more round of breath. Release, switching your sides, bringing your left ankle over your right knee and then reaching through with your hands and pulling that leg towards you. Keep your left foot flexed here. Come back to your breath. Start to take longer, deeper inhales and exhales here. Your heartbeat starts to slow. And then release. Bring your feet to the mats with distance apart here. We're going to go for double diamond. So just bring your knees pointing up and then let them both fall over to the right. You can cactus your arms and gaze over your left shoulder here. If you want to take this deeper, you can bring your right foot over your left thigh and just pull that leg down to deepen this stretch. Maybe bring your right hand to your belly or your heart just to connect with the rhythm of your own body. If your foot is on your thigh, release it back to the mat. And just come back to center and just take this fold to the other side, folding your knees over to the left, gazing over the right. You took it further on the other side. You can do that here. Come back to center. And take a happy baby pose. So grab the outside edge, both feet, keeping your lower back glued to the mat. Maybe rock gently from side to side here. Maybe straighten one leg and the other. Take any other movements that might feel good for you. Maybe switch your grip and grab the inside edge of your feet. And then bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a loving squeeze. Send yourself gratitude for the work you just did. And then stretch your legs out long down the length of the mat. Bring your hands by your sides. Let your feet and your hands be heavy. Let your head and your shoulders be heavy. Like your body is sinking into the earth beneath you. Relax your face, your jaw, your brow. Shavasana. You can stay in Savasana as long as you'd like. If you're ready to complete your practice today, Start to bring life and movement back to your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes. Taking circles with your ankles, your wrists. Maybe take a full body stretch here, reaching your arms overhead. A big good morning stretch. And when you're ready, bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself one more hug. Roll over to your favorite side, using your bicep as a pillow. And then slowly press your way up to seated, keeping your eyes closed. When you get to seated, bring your hands to your heart. Thank you so much for coming to your mat, for practicing this beautiful practice. The light in me is thankful for you, and the light in me honors you. Go in peace, yogis. Namaste.